We often think of exercise as something that only happens on the mat or in the gym. But what about all of the hours in between? If you're over 50, how you move during everyday life might matter even more than your workouts. Today, I'm sharing the essential movements that help you to stay strong, mobile, and confident, not just during Pilates, but in real life. So our bodies respond to what we do most often. So if we sit for most of the day, our bodies get very good at sitting. But if we regularly squat, reach, balance, and twist, then our bodies stay capable of doing those things for a long time. The good news is that these don't have to be workouts. In fact, perhaps the most powerful strength training that you can do is the sort of strength training that you build into your everyday life. I like to call them little snack-sized bits of exercise. Don't worry, I am going to show you the 5 essential movements that you can weave into your daily life to help you feel stronger and ultimately feel more confident and move better in your everyday life. So let us start with a squat or a sit to stand. And I cannot remember the last time I taught someone how to squat that didn't involve a chair, and I frequently encourage people to go back there because a squat is essentially sitting down and standing up. How is this going to help you? Getting in and out of cars, gardening, up and down off your chair at work. So what I want you to do is just sit down onto the chair, but as you stand up, don't use your hands. So we lift and we stand and slowly come back down. And you can incorporate this into your daily life, perhaps when you're sitting watching TV. So we want to really feel that you're using your core and your trunk. If this feels pretty easy for you, use a lower chair, like a little puff, or you can just slowly lower. So take your time coming down and coming up to standing, and slowly lower and lift up. Now, I know a lot of people avoid squats because they say it hurts their knees. Quite often squats hurt your knees because you're coming here forwards. And yes, that's going to feel uncomfortable in your knees and ankles. And the reason you do that is because you don't want to use your bottom. So take it back to your chair and then come up to standing, and you will feel that that weight shifts back. And so many women that I have trained who start squatting this way suddenly start to feel that they build that strength in their thighs, and then their knees actually feel much more comfortable. It's not a movement that you can skip. We've got to do this. And as I said, start to feel that you come on slowly down and slowly up, and that's the way that you're going to build that strength. Now, the next most important move and the next most avoided move is a lunge or a lunge step. So we've got this movement pattern where we're lunging down or we're stepping forwards. Again, people avoid that because they're nervous about their knees, but this is so important, not just for things like running, for which it is essential. Climbing stairs, getting up and down off the floor, playing with your grandchildren, all of those kind of movements, your lunge is essential. So how do we start to build it into your daily life? Well, you could find a lunge position when you're brushing your teeth. So find something that you're already doing that you can hold this lunge position. Now notice my lunge, I've not gone down too far towards the floor. I want to make sure my feet are actually about hips width apart. Most people make the mistake of being too close together with those feet, and that's really wobbly. So give yourself space. Then try and feel your chin comes back, your weight comes back. Again, most people, the weight is too far forwards. It's in the knee, it's in the ankle, and that doesn't feel nice. Send it back. Let that weight come back. Hold that lunge position. A progression, and this is something I do a lot with my older adults when we're training, is we start to hold because a held lunge is more comfortable on knees rather than going up and down. Yeah, so we can hold the lunge and progressively hold it for longer. Another way that you can do this, step forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards again. In the kitchen, doing your washing up, loading the dishwasher, all of these movements, your lunge movements, take the strain in your legs rather than your back, and that's going to stop you oofing for the rest of your life. Let's talk push-ups. Now, I do find that lots of women are really scared of these because they think I haven't got any upper body strength. But can I just tell you, I've got my 89-year-old client doing push-ups against her countertop. And she's more confident doing those than she is doing squats or walking unaided around the house. So hold that thought. Really nice way to start from your hands and knees, if you're comfortable on your knees, is to have those hands about shoulders width apart, and then just start to feel you squeeze the shoulders together and you push the shoulders apart. Call this a pre-push-up. We start to get the movement through your shoulders and the strength through your shoulders without feeling awkward about the movement. If that feels good, then you could start to add a little bit more lowering down and up. And I have one of my lovely clients to thank for my next cue, which is this. If you're struggling with what a push-up should feel like, because a lot of people push up like this, imagine you are peering over the edge of a cliff, and then we come back up. We peer over the edge of a cliff and come back up. You could do those against a wall. You could do those against a countertop. And don't be scared of using those arms. So important for opening heavy doors, getting in and out of the car, for cleaning around your house, for your general strength and being able to do things like gardening and weeding and moving things around. Now, another essential is standing single leg balance work. I don't think anyone does enough of this. And I know that because when I start to see clients who are a little bit older, it's the thing that we are most fearful of. Very simply, standing on one leg, that's your balance, that's your brain talking to your body about how to balance. That's some single leg strength work. Try that on the other side. If that feels too much, then do hold on to a wall, so have something near you. I have my older clients doing this near a countertop, near a kitchen island, near a chair, and then little standing balances here where we've got the weight on one leg, but you're just lifting that leg off the floor. The other thing to feel with this, and I always say to my clients, don't feel that you automatically put the foot down when you lose your balance. I want you to get to a place where you're off balance, but you're trying to right yourself on that one leg. So don't feel that you have to be super still and stable. This, for me, being able to wiggle around on that one leg is a sure sign that you're really progressing with your balance. So something really simple that you could do while you're waiting for the kettle to boil or for your potatoes to come up to temperature is to take a little bend and we tap the leg forwards, side and back. Forwards, side and back, just to get that movement and that balance. And then perhaps the other one that's really overlooked is your twist and reach, particularly if you're someone that perhaps works at a desk and then goes for a run and then goes for a cycle. All you're ever doing in this forwards and backwards motion, we're not teaching ourselves to twist, to reach. And that's really important, yes, for dancing, but also for like getting things out of the cupboard, for reacting to outside forces, for looking behind you. So what I want you to feel you can do, a really nice simple way to get started, you step forwards, you look over your shoulder, you come back. You step forwards, you look over your shoulder, you come back. You step forwards, look over your shoulder, come back. Step forwards, over your shoulder, come back. You could do the same thing with a little squat. You just twist. You can dance. You can bring the arms wide. You can twist around, over and over. You could play a game of throw and catch where you're catching that ball and it's coming not quite where you expect it, and it starts to get you used to this twisting and reaching. Just think of this type of exercise as little movement snacks that you can do throughout the day. So whether that's squatting when you get out of a chair, whether that's trying to balance when you're making yourself a cup of coffee, or perhaps in a moment in a Zoom meeting where you can just switch a video off, do some push-ups against a wall just to re-energize yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love it if you could get to a class, if you could do some Pilates or strength and conditioning workouts during your week. But it really is these extra little snippets of exercise that you do outside of the class that add up to the big whole, whether that is doing some of the movements I've showed you today or taking a brain break, 5 or 10 minutes going for a walk around the block, which we all know is brilliant for your brain health, for your cardiovascular health, for your stress levels. All of those little things add up and just start to make you more active rather than someone who is more sedentary. And they're the sorts of things that are going to help you to climb mountains when you're in your 70s, live independently, play with your grandchildren, all of that stuff that builds into your quality of life rather than just feeling sore groany and getting more and more sedentary as you get older. And if you found this helpful, I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. On my channel, I share lots of tips like this, things that you can implement straight away into your life to help you feel better, stronger, healthier, happier. And I also share Pilates workouts from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, things that you can fit into your day. And if you think you know someone that might benefit from this short video, please do send it to them. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Perhaps there's one little tidbit or one exercise that you find particularly hard. Let me know and I will do my best to help out.